Hey, what's up guys? It's Luke, Black Sheep 217 on Pokemon the Trading Card Game online and at Zoom Battle Gym on Facebook. You can also check me out on Twitter at Poke Everything. Well, I just wanted to share with you this game that I played recently. It was a fun game. It was my deck, which is my Charizard deck that I built that I'm constantly tweaking. I'm like taking one card out, putting another card in. But I wanted to share with you this gameplay because it was a really good game. It came down to the wire. I didn't talk through it as I was playing it. I was just recording it. I wasn't planning on making a video with it. But let's see what we did. Actually, I went second. I had Volcanion in. And I always want to go second because Volcanion is best as your first Pokemon in the active spot when you go second, because Fire Starter or Flare Starter gives you 3 energy onto your bench. So I'm facing this Galarian Cursola who's super annoying. Galarian Cursola is ridiculous. Whenever you put energy onto one of your Pokemon, you receive damage. And so that is really annoying. Plus, they can put damage counters onto your Pokemon. So what am I doing? I'm trying to figure out a way to get my energy onto my Pokemon without losing a lot of health. Volcanion is perfect for that because Volcanion can do what you just saw there, put the energy right onto the Pokemon that are in play. And in this case, I decided to put it on Charizard V because I have Charizard VMAX on my bench, and Blacephalon is good, but I don't have any energy in my hand, and Blacephalon, in order to be effective, needs to have energy in the hand. I could Dedenne, but that would not be a smart move. I'd rather have the surefire energy of Charizard. So at least Charizard can do damage. But look at that. Charizard V took 60 damage from the Hollow Missile. And then I furthermore got hit in the back. Volcanion took 60 damage. Now thankfully I got the Giant Hearth out, which lets me get 2 fire energy from my deck. All I have to do is discard a card to do that. I decided to Marnie. Marnie is great, and that's the thing in Standard. You're always cycling through your hand. That's a major gameplay element in Pokemon, is just getting through your hands, getting through your deck as much as possible. You don't want to stall out. I mean, that's the worst. So here I am thinking, I'm trying to think, well, what do I want to do? What's my next move? I decide to Quick Ball. I get rid of a Fire Energy, which I'm totally okay with. And I get Dedenne into my hand. Now, Dedenne is great, used in so many decks because Dedenne can be discarded to recycle your hand. Tremendously useful. So look, I got a fresh new 6 cards. Now, sadly, besides I was wondering, how am I getting damage? Well, I get damage for putting energy on. And I just saw there's Horror Energy. I didn't even notice that before, but Horror Energy, when you put energy down, when you attack the Pokemon, you take damage for attacking them, and I think it's 20 damage, and they've got 2 of them there, so it's 40 damage every time I hit that Pokemon that the Horror Energy is attached to. And look, they just put the I'm looking at it now, put 2 damage counters, but because they have because they have 2 Horror Energies, I'm getting 4 damage counters. So I have to deal with this Cursola as quickly as possible, and I'm so thankful that I have Charizard out, because Charizard is an absolute beast, obviously, with tons of HP, and can deal a good amount of damage, especially if I can get the G-Max Wildfire out to just take him out in one shot. Now look at Charizard though, he is tanking a lot of damage. I'm up to 190 damage now on Charizard VMAX. And so he's in trouble. Charizard VMAX is in trouble. And this Cursola is just plinking damage down the pipe too, because Charizard takes damage, and then my bench takes damage. That really sucks. And I don't play Cursola very often, so I was pretty unfamiliar with the abilities of a Galarian Cursola V. I had no idea what it could do. But you just gotta keep trying. Cycling my deck. I think I got a really nice hand here. I got a Welder. Welder is super good for fire decks. Fire Crystal is why I don't mind throwing fire energy away, because Fire Crystal puts 3 fire energy back into your hand from the discard pile. So that's nice. Now, luckily for me, I was able to take out Cursola without using Max Wildfire. Because it's a V Pokemon, I get 2 prize cards. And Charizard has 4 energy, but look at the damage. I'm checking out my opponent there. 250, so I only have 80 HP left for Charizard. That's not good. That is not good. But the lucky thing is, I don't have any. The opponent doesn't have any energy on their Pokemon, so they're sitting there with nothing. Okay, sorry, I had to rewind that because something happened with the recording. So back here, I forget what I was saying because I had to like scrub a lot of stuff in the recording. But I'm sitting here thinking, what can I do? I'm kind of scared of the Dragapult because for 2 Psychic Energy, they could come in and deal not only their base damage of 60, but they can also get 80 more, right? So that's 140 damage. That would wipe out Charizard. So I do what I can do. I get out of dodge. I leave. And I put Blacephalon in. I'm trying to be mindful of, well, if they kill Charizard, they get 3 prizes because Charizard's a VMAX. I have to be super, super careful. Now, I got rid of Zacian because I didn't need Zacian. Zacian's only really good at the beginning of the game to help me draw cards if I'm in real desperate need, and since I have pretty much everything I need, Zacian V just gets tossed to the wayside. Now, it looks like I'm using Welder, so I'm Weldering Blacephalon. Now, Blacephalon has 3 energy, and look, I have 3 energy there. 50 damage per energy discarded through Fireball Circus wipes out their Pokemon. Yes, right? Look at all that Welder. I always feel like I either have no Welder or I have way too many Welders in my hand. It would be nice to just have a balance of Welder, like 1 Welder every time I needed it, but that doesn't happen to me. So now they only have 2 Pokemon left, and they're putting Crobat out because they don't want Dragapult V to die. Because if Dragapult V dies or gets knocked out, it's game over for them. Because Crobat's not a fighter. Crobat is a game mechanic for drawing. That's all Crobat is really good for. So Crobat's super popular, but not a great Pokemon to fight with. Now that is scary. They have another Dragapult V. They got rid of my Giant Hearth, and here's the reset stamp. This card pisses me off so bad. It's banned and expanded. Banned, because this is an instant lose sometimes if it gets played against you. What happens is your hand is put back into the deck and you draw cards to the number of prizes you have. Since I only had 3, I only got to get 3 cards. And so that was really scary. I was like, oh my gosh, that sucks. Because lo and behold, I can't get any more fire energy. So I switch. I put Volcanion in. And what do I decide to do? I think I'm going to High Heat Blast. Yep, because 2 High Heat Blasts will take out Crobat. And that's important to me to take out that Crobat, because Crobat gives me 2 energy or 2 prize cards, and that means I only need 1 more. Now, Professor's Research, great card. Totally just resets their hand. And here's where it gets even scarier. It's not just Dragapult V that I'm facing. I'm facing Dragapult V Max. And did you see that Crushing Hammer? They missed it. A successful Crushing Hammer can just win you the game. I'm just telling you that. One Crushing Hammer and it's like game over. Such a scary card. So here's Volcanion. I think I'm trying to decide what to do. Like, do I just High Heat Blast again? And the answer is yes. We High Heat Blast again. And we get 2 prizes. So that's nice. I have, there's 2 prizes there. And they still have 6. So I feel like I'm in a really, really good position. But Dragapult V is there. And this guy is a menace. And if you look at his HP, 320. So, and look, they got another Dragapult V. So, look at this. 2 Dragapult Vs. I'm like looking at it like they can do Shred and this other thing. And it doesn't even take that much to power up Dragapult V either. So, I'm like, oh my gosh. What's gonna happen now? I'm feeling down here. Max Phantom. I get taken out 130 damage. I'm like, well, there goes Charizard if they can get Charizard out. Oh, but not only that, they also got to distribute, I think, 50 damage to the bench in any way they like. Yeah. So, that sucks. Now, what I just did there was I used Oricorio to draw 3 cards once one of my Pokemon get knocked out. That is so important. So important that that happened. I think Oricorio has saved my life multiple times because of the Dance Tribute thing once a Pokemon is knocked out. It's such an underrated... I don't think it's underrated. A lot of people use it, but maybe some people don't know about Oricorio, and so I highly suggest putting one in if it's appropriate. I forget what I was looking for here with this Great Ball, but I ended up grabbing this Charizard V, which is the only thing I could have grabbed with it. So I'm thinking I can't even take out Dragapult VMAX with Charizard. I can't even do it. Even when I Gmax Wildfire, I cannot take him out, and he can take me out. So I'm like struggling. I'm like, what do I do? Who do I put out there? I'm like trying to think, what are my options? I'm trying to think what's in my deck that I could possibly do. So I Gmax Wildfire, and thankfully I was able to reduce this Dragapult V to just 300, which is still a huge amount of damage. I luckily dodged that Crushing Hammer, so that's 2 Crushing Hammer dodges for me. Here's a 3rd. Yikes. And another dodge. Like, that never happens to me. I always get hit with Crushing Hammers. But look at what they got. They got 2 Dragapult VMAXs powered up. They're very easy to retreat. And there goes my VMAX Charizard. So, and look, they were able to distribute that 50. They put it all onto Blacephalon. Blacephalon was 1 away from death. Now, this is where I kind of got saved, because I think if they had put 1 more damage on Blacephalon last time, he would have been dead, and I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I'm thinking here, what do I do? Well, I can Dance Tribute and get me some more cards, so it's useful. I'm trying to count in my head right now, like, how much can I do? Like, can I take Dragapult out? Well, if I get 3 more, I get 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 5 is 250 damage. I cannot kill this Dragapult VMAX in front of me. I cannot do it. So they also have the Chaos Swell out there. So my Giant Hearth, what happens with Chaos Swell is, if I put the Chaos Swell out, it just gets rid of the Chaos Swell. I would have needed another Giant Hearth to actually have the Giant Hearth ability. So that doesn't help me. But I think, Fione. I just put Fione in today. Can I use Fione to my advantage? So there's Fione. and I Whirlpool Suction, which gets rid of their fully charged up and full life Dragapult V. He doesn't know how much fire I have, but I have enough Fireball Circus energy to knock out Crobat V and win the game. That's nuts, right? That's how these Pokemon games are played, and that's what makes these games so exciting, and there's just so much thinking that goes on in Pokemon. It's amazing. It's a ton of fun, and I hope more people play Pokemon because it's worth playing. Thanks for watching this gameplay with me. I'll see you next time.